After preparing the meat, Mokuta started to cook. He took out a bottle of teriyaki sauce, then started to pan-sear the bird meat, making sure to evenly cook both sides, absorbing all the excess oil. Finally, he boiled the sauce and mixed it well with the meat to complete the teriyaki bird dish. Accompanied by onion soup, he invited everyone to eat with him. Afterward, Mokuta cooked nearly all the meat of the bird for Fel. Seeing that Fel was enjoying the food, he was very happy. Finally, the group reached the border of the Fennel Kingdom. There were many soldiers gathered for guard duty. One went ahead to explain, but the whole group was still held back. All the soldiers were surprised and could not believe that Fenia had indeed made a pact with Mukoda. The soldiers were still afraid that Fenia's power would destroy their country. Mukoda and Fel assured them that if this place had no ill will towards them, they would not harm anyone. In the end, the captain of the soldiers had to accept and let Mukoda and Fel into the kingdom, but they had to keep a good watch over Fel. He also agreed and warned that if Fel caused trouble, Fel would not be allowed to eat. Mukoda is bullying me, Fel said. The Wonder Group also suggested that in order to enter the kingdom, you must have a guild card. If you don't, it will cost 5 gold coins to enter, plus an additional 2 gold coins for the monster. Finally, they made it into the kingdom. Wonder warned, be careful because your and Fenia's entry into the kingdom has reached the ears of the count who rules this region, and sooner or later it will reach the king. Mukoda and Fel did not plan to stay in this country forever. They will travel around the different world, combining business with the supermarket's wonderful goods. Hearing this, Wonder suggested that they should register for the Adventurers Guild or the Merchants Guild because membership in either of these two guilds would exempt them from import taxes. Mukoda was quite torn between whether to choose the Merchants Guild or the Adventurers Guild. The group suggested that he should join both guilds. Mukoda happily noted everyone's opinions. Mukoda didn't expect that entering the city would also require a tax. My wallet is on fire, he said. While they were walking, they encountered a messenger from Count Jindal inviting Mukoda to visit his mansion. Mukoda didn't want to go at all, and the two kept pushing the decision back and forth. Seeing his master in trouble, Fel intervened. The messenger started to panic. Fel said, if you take advantage of your size to bully the small, then this kingdom will disappear. The messenger turned pale, tensed up, and ran away. Mukoda said to Fel, why do you always exaggerate things? You worry for me, but there's no problem. The soldiers under the Count's command are nothing compared to Fel. In terms of strength, only the dragons can compete with Fel. Everyone was astonished and really wanted to see that battle. The escort mission to here also ended. Mukoda signed his name to confirm the completion of the task. The group bid Mukoda goodbye and thanked him for the wonderful experiences he had given them, along with the delicious food. Mukoda also gave a bright smile and bid everyone goodbye. After that, they decided to go to the Merchants Guild. As he entered, everyone was startled and afraid because of the little creature following him. The receptionist started introducing. This is an international organization divided into 5 ranks. Depending on the rank, the annual fees, content, and scale of business vary. Mukoda would start from the lowest rank, which is the Iron rank. He received his own guild card. Tonight, Fel will be privileged to sleep outside in the horse stable because monsters are not allowed in the rooms. It was also mealtime, so it was time to cook. Mukoda cut the meat into bite-sized pieces. This should be enough for Fel, he thought, but he really wanted to eat rice, so he decided to buy another pot, even though it was quite expensive. Let's indulge a little, he thought, and began to cook for Fel. First, he put the seasoned meat into the pan. The delicious aroma filled the room, making everyone drool. The meat was cooked perfectly, so he plated it. Lastly, he drizzled the heavenly sauce over the meat. Fel looked delighted as he tasted the meat. He let out a satisfied sound, indicating how much he loved the meal. The flavor of this piece of meat was different from the previous one, as Mukoda used 2 different sauces. One was garlic flavor, and the other was radish. Then he moved on to onion flavor, and finally mushroom flavor. Fel devoured the meat in astonishment, surprised that one piece of meat could have so many flavors, but Fel loved the garlic flavor the most. By evening, Mukoda's white rice was cooked. He put a slice of the cooked meat on the steaming hot rice, poured some sauce over it, And that completed the foreign version of rice with pork. When Mukoda took a bite, he couldn't help but express how delicious it was. The flavor of the meat, combined with the sauce and rice, was simply mouthwatering. As he was savoring the food, Fel also asked for some rice. Fel was surprised by how good the rice was. Indeed, home-cooked rice is the best, right everyone? The next morning, Mukoda took the items he bought from the supermarket to the merchant guild to sell. Upon seeing the items, the receptionist gasped and ran off, only to return and invite Mukoda inside. The head of the merchant guild assessed the items and declared that they were the highest quality salt and pepper he had ever seen, worthy of being offered to the king. When asked about the origin of the salt and pepper, Mukoda hesitated and couldn't answer. The guild master offered to buy the salt for 4 gold coins and the pepper for 10 gold coins. Hearing this, Mukoda was taken aback for a few seconds. He only bought these items for 5 copper coins. After some hesitation, the man increased the offer to 15 gold coins for both items. Seeing the opportunity, Mukoda continued to hesitate. The man increased the price again, finally settling on 17 gold coins. Thinking about it, he traded 10 copper coins for 17 gold coins. Getting rich is not difficult. He thought to himself, maybe I should have hesitated a bit more, he said. Receiving the money next, he went to the Adventurers Guild to register. He filled out all the information and stamped his hand to confirm. Now the registration process was completed. There were 7 ranks from a 2G. In a month, he had to accept assignments. Injuries and casualties were not the responsibility of the guild. After the introduction, he accepted an assignment to collect medicinal herbs. When he got back to the inn, he ate with Fel again, promising to make even more delicious meals for Fel in the future. Now that he was wealthy, he decided to try assessing Fel's stats while Fel was eating. To his surprise, almost all of Fel's stats were at the maximum. Indeed, Fel was a monster, but in Mukoda's eyes, Fel was just a gluttonous pet. Thank you for watching episode 2. Please follow, subscribe, and like the channel so the admin can release more videos.